Welcome to all members, and a special welcome to brand new members who I had the pleasure of your company last weekend. Thank you again for coming. It's really nice to meet you. So here, just as an update to if you're just a new member, I do 2 videos every Sunday night. One is the overall market update, so you need to watch that first, and the second video is this one, which is more over my shoulder, when you can see my thought processes as I go through them in real time. Nothing's rehearsed. I'm just looking around, looking for opportunities and things here and there. So let's dive right in and make a millionaire trade I've had open for a while now, the Japanese yen. There's the weekly chart. Here's where we initially shorted it, right there at that perfect short point there. It drops down and comes back to bump into this descending moving average. Perfect entry point with a tight stop loss. Down it goes. So we're all very happy for a while there, and then just like any good football match, the things stay tense right the way through the thing. And but this is not uncommon. Shorting stocks are hard for a lot of people because they don't have the patience to stay in and have faith in what's going on. This is in a downtrend. Nothing goes down in a straight line. It goes up and down, up and down. The main thing is when we got to here, as I've been talking about last week, it did not get back above its descending 40-week. So it turned back around. And I said last week how that was very bearish for the yen. Actually, 2 weeks ago, because I missed last week because of the seminar. That was 2 weeks ago, and we were right there, and I said, look, have faith, because that's a bearish thing, the fact it's just turned around, and sure enough, there it goes down again. So it's back into decent profit here. Let's see what's going on the daily chart with that one. We're shorting the Japanese yen, so we're looking for this one to go down, the FXY. So there is where we're in, down it goes, up and try again. And now remember, that's the daily close. We're going by the weekly chart here, so I'm not interested in on the daily close, only the weekly close. And in the weekly, it never closed above the 200-day, which is there. I pointed out to you last week how bearish that was, the high volume there descending. Down it goes. We could encounter a bit of a bounce now because it looks like it's hits, might be some support around this 84 area here. So we'll see what it does next. But as I say, again, patience for staying in the game on this one, because ultimately what I'm looking for is a kind of a collapse, like a total surrender, where I want to see it come down past 82 or somewhere around here, when it really whacks the bottom. And what could be the signal for that is if it breaks this kind of support level here around 84. What you've actually got here is a reverse double bottom here. It's a bounce, and it's perfect because the second one is lower than the last bounce. So if that breaks 84, then the yen could be in big trouble, which is good news for us. Let's check in on a couple of other trades I've had open for a while now. Caterpillar's been going very well indeed, as you know. I was in around down this level, 91. It's been going up. It's just staying beautifully above its 50-day line here. I'm going to just say with Caterpillar, look, as long as it stays above the 50-day, I'll just let it ride. It's decent profit. Well, I'm locking the profits if it gets below there. TTPH, that one's kind of just still hovering along there, just saying anyone else like to hop aboard, then they're welcome, because it's just, let's look at the weekly chart to put this in perspective. This is a real kind of penny stock type situation. We've got this nice bounce back above the 40-week line, and then it just has a little gentle pullback, not even an aggressive pullback, just a consolidation sideways. Look at that beautiful line of support right there, right on there at like $7, as it waits for its moving average to catch up. Nothing wrong with that. And there it is, and as long as that keeps above that sort of level here, we see on the daily here more like around 690, 680. I think that's good. If it gets, there's 2 levels here that you want to, I don't want it to get below around there, but especially I need it to stay above its 200-day. But as you know, I was in here, so as soon as it got above its 200-day, so I'm already very much in profit. But I'm seeing the bigger picture. I want the long ride here. Look at all the way up it's got to go. I want to hold on to this one, however much it tries to throw me off. Let's look at. I keep looking at gold, but there's really nothing to see there. It's a pretty mindless chart right now. That's just not really respecting anything, and it's just look at it now. It gets above its 40-week and it goes below it. And why I didn't like the fact that it got above its 40-week, because the 40-week's pointing down, and that's a contradictory sign. Gold's all over the place. That little uptrend that was starting there, that's kind of got broken. And that's for traders, though. Investment wise, that's just a long term deal, and that's a different scenario there. You're talking about the destruction of money, and that's it. But trading wise, yeah, gold's just still all over the place there. What's that market saying? Who knows? It could be seeing deflation ahead. It could be seeing some kind of correction, or who knows what else could be coming there. It's not showing up any kind of inflationary scenario yet. Let's look at a new one I've been watching of late. Now, I must say again, I'm going into what is typically the most volatile 2 months of the year. Everyone thinks it's October, whether it's not. It's July and August, historically speaking. And I don't like the fact that the market hasn't corrected in a long time. And I'm doing following my new Rogue Trader system there. I've been testing it out. This is the first month of the quarter when I'm really going to be start using that. And it's going to be interesting to see how if this month turns a little bit bumpy. What's going to happen. But I'm very confident. In any case, yeah, so I'm not going to be opening that. I've got some nice trades open. They'll pull back in a correction and I'll lock in profits. I think in a correction it's going to be interesting to see. The yen should fall. That could be the break that pushes the yen down as money goes into the dollar for safety if there's a correction in the overall market. But there is one I am looking at, and it gives me a tight stop loss, so it's not bad. MGPI. Just check that is the one I've written down. It looks like it, but yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, MGPI. You can see why I like this one. It's very steppy, orderly chart, riding above its 40-week moving average there, it is upwards. It is leveling off a bit, but you can see that tight line there, right at about 50, which is a nice round number, and it's a long line of support. If we go into the daily chart here, I can see that about there. So again, on the weekly chart, the line seems about 50. So I think there's an entry point in this area. I think it's anywhere around there is a nice entry point with a tight stop loss just under the 200-day. I think that's interesting. That's also, I'm just thinking aloud. These are things I've just been looking at and need to check out now as I speak to you. And hopefully you can see the thought process. Gravity, you can see what attracted me to that one. Sharp uptrend, orderly, steppy chart. There's a tight stop entry there. Again, just doing what TTPH has been doing. And there's that one, SBLK. Similar sort of thing. Tight entry points, upwards trends, and ENTG. Yeah, as again, you can see the same sort of thing. But the red line, by the way, I've got the 30-week on there. Sometimes these things will respect the 30-week more than the 40-week, and this one's a case in point. This one seems to like the 30-week moving average. 40-week is the most common though. Just occasionally I'll see this. There's a line there around looks like around 21, 22. That one's quite interesting as well. Let's check that on the daily. Yeah, they see that line there around 22. Tight stop there, give me like a just below there. It's kind of about 10%. And it started to tick up, which is good. So yeah, that's that one's kind of interesting, as is the other ones there. SBLK. Again, that one's just started to turn up as well. There it is. So I'm thinking that these ones all looking interesting. I think they're all workable. You can see the thought processes. I think they're all providing, that tight entry point. just me personally right now, because of other things I've got moving on, I probably won't be entering those trades. But had I not, then I think those are all certainly doable and good examples of the kind of signature trading strategy I do. And let's just check MGPI again on the daily. Yeah, I think that one's got a nice clean entry. I like the round number. So they're all. Let's just see this on the weekly again. Remember, we're just looking for these scenarios where it's just, if I lose, I lose $1. If I'm right, I win $10. Ideally, something like that. So that at least gives you a tight entry there. 50 less 10% is 5. I mean, that takes you all the way down to, that one gives you I think a nice risk reward scenario. If I could get a stop in there at like 47 and enter in this 48 to 50 zone, no higher than 50. I'd want to pay for that. Then I think that's a good one. So I will speak to you next time. Earnings season's just starting to warm up. It always starts a bit slower, then it starts to get more and more names. If you're in on that, i.e. if you attended last week. And so I'll speak to you next time, and happy trading.